On Friday, August 18th, a new issue of Entertainment Weekly will be released. 2 covers will be available, one showing Rey and one showing Luke Skywalker. The meat and potatoes of the magazine reveals new photos, information about Rey, Luke, those little porg creatures, caretakers that are at the Jedi Temple, Finn, Rose, and more. There's a whole bunch of new info packed into this issue. And as always, if Disney's okay telling us about it, I'm okay listening. Some of the information and photos are already available on Entertainment Weekly's website, so let's jump in. According to one of the articles, the version of Luke that Rey comes in contact with isn't the Luke that she's heard about. Luke isn't the Luke that we all know. Mark Hamill says, quote, "The fact that Luke says, 'I only know one truth. It's time for the Jedi to end.' I mean, that's a pretty amazing statement for someone who was the symbol of hope and optimism in the original films," close quote. Mark Hamill goes on to say, quote, "When I first read it, my jaw dropped. What would make someone that alienated from his original convictions? That's not something that you can just make up in an afternoon, and I really struggled with this thing," close quote. The internet freaked out a month ago or so when Mark Hamill talked about not really digging Luke's character arc when he read it, and I was 100% cool with that. An actor doesn't need to like the arc of the character that they're portraying. If the story is interesting and the audience is invested, that is all that matters. So, to hear a brief little snippet of Luke's current condition and mindset, him not being jovial, not being inviting, not being enthusiastic, sounds so damn interesting to me. Way more interesting than just being given the Luke Skywalker that we already know. It's been over 30 years since we really saw Luke. People change. New experiences are had that mold personalities. It makes sense. And I cannot wait to see what's in store. Daisy Ridley says, quote, "I don't think one girl who he doesn't know turning up with a lightsaber is gonna make him go, 'Oh shit, yeah, of course I'll get back into the action,' close quote." And Mark Hamill says, quote, "But does he not know her?" Close quote. And that's the big question, right? That's what we've all been waiting for. The roller coaster of Rey's life will soon be revealed to us. Ryan Johnson says, quote, "The very first step in the writing of this was figuring out why he's on that island. We know that he's not a coward, he's not just hiding because he's scared, but we also know that he must know his friends are in danger, he must know the galaxy needs him. And he's sitting on this island in the middle of nowhere. There had to be an answer. It had to be something where Luke Skywalker believes he's doing the right thing, and the process of figuring out what that is and unpacking it is the journey for Rey," close quote. According to Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker thought his nephew, Ben Solo, now known as Kylo Ren, was the chosen one. Hamill says Luke knows he made a mistake, begins to doubt his own connection to the Force, and feels guilty and responsible for the events that have taken place. Hamill says, quote, "Life is imperfect, and without conflict, there is no drama. Believe me, you're going to see a lot of conflict in The Last Jedi. That is for sure," close quote. So, all of this sounds awesome. I've been saying it for almost 2 years since The Force Awakens came out. The only thing that I really want from Episode 8 is to be caught off guard, to be given completely unexpected moments and story beats, twists and turns in the plot, characters finding their way, and an audience that is left questioning everything. And all of that sounds like exactly what we're going to be given, and I can't wait. It's going to be an interesting ride. HelloGreedo, out.
With you, what cannot be done. It's like doing here.